Ram, and today I'm discussing personality types based on your moon and sun sign combination. So, if you don't know your moon sign, it's time to Google it up because the moon is really an important part of your natal chart. Now, there are 9 planets in astrology. The sun and the moon are also considered planets, and each of these planets they embody a certain energy signature or an archetype. So the sun represents your exterior self, how you want to project your internal key onto the external world, how you want to be perceived, your goals, your ambitions, your yang component, your father. All this is the sun. The moon, on the other hand, is a very private part of you. The moon deals with your emotional body, your connecting body, how you understand the idea of nurturance, how you give it, how you receive it. The moon also deals with your mother, your everyday habit patterns. So now you understand that the moon really is a very, very, very fundamental part of who you are. It's the part that comes out when no one's looking. If you have your moon in Capricorn and your sun in Sagittarius, then this is your video. So, you know the moon, right? It's your emotional body, right? What does it mean to have your moon in Capricorn? The moon is not comfortable in Capricorn. And why is that? The moon rules Cancer, which is the opposite polarity of Capricorn. So the moon is very comfortable and is in her rulership in Cancer and in her detriment in Capricorn. Okay, it's opposite polarity. So she's not able to exhibit her energies freely. The moon does horribly in Scorpio and Gemini, but she doesn't do too well in Capricorn either. Capricorn is the 10th sign of the zodiac and it's ruled by Saturn, both in the exoteric and esoteric balance. It's ruled by Saturn, the karma bearer, the time lord, the grim reaper. Saturn is all about boundaries, restrictions. It's about structures of the 3D world and how we work through them. So, the very fundamental soul karma of Capricorn is to figure out how the structures of Saturn operate in the world and how to use them to the best of one's ability. The mantra of Capricorn is I use. But that I use should not become I abuse. There is a vibe of selfishness with the moon in Capricorn, and of course, a very clear sense of boundaries. Very, very clear. If you know somebody with the moon in Capricorn, you know that they are just not going to let you in on their life. They're not going to just let you in and let you know all about their life. They will keep you at a distance till they figured out whether you're safe or not. Okay, this is how they operate. They want to know you're safe, you're trustworthy, because they're very dependable, they're very trustworthy, and they don't like people who are not. And there's a certain depth about moon in Capricorn. There's a certain gravitas about them. Of course, Saturn, when you're ruled by Saturn, you have to have this maturity about you. In fact, if you look at kids with moon in Capricorn, you will observe that a lot of them actually grow up much before their time, and they're very mature than say a moon in Leo. They're very mature, very grounded, very level-headed, and they like to think before they act, and they are not really gonna run into anything. They are the mountain goat. They'll climb the top of the mountain, but they'll do it slowly and surely. and they don't want to be pushed, they don't want to be pushed. So Capricorn's also a cardinal sign that brings about a lot of flux and change. So cardinal points are 4 points in the zodiac. When the sun hits those points, seasons change. So so you understand the a vibe, the energy of change is quite strong with the cardinal signs, and Sagittarius, you have your sun in Sagittarius. It's a mutable sign. You're very impressionable, so you don't have much fixed energy going for you. So, you need to find that fixed, grounded part of you. But with Moon and Capricorn, you're very grounded. You're very, uh, you know, you're not very diplomatic. You can be blunt. And Sun and Sag, you are blunt, but it's not that you don't feel emotions, you do, but you don't know how to show it. You just don't know how to display it. And sometimes you think that displaying emotions can be frivolous, but they are not. Emotions are very important, and that is a huge part of. And learning that is a huge part of your karma, because see, there is a lack of emotions with this, and there's a sense of selfishness and me. Of course, you're the archetype of the boss, so you are the boss. Like, no one can take that position from you, so you are the boss, right? Now your sun is in Sag. That's very interesting, because Sag is a fire sign, and it's male, and your sun is male, and it's in a fire sign. So you have a combination of male, female going on. Capricorn is female, earth. So with your sun in Sagittarius, it makes you very adventurous. It's a 9th sign, by the way, ruled by Jupiter, who expands, planet of expansion. Jupiter is known as Brihaspati, the guru of the gods in Vedic astrology. So Sagittarius is all about expansion. It's a fire sign. It wants to start a new adventure, go on a new adventure, wants to travel foreign lands. Sagittarius is also the sign of higher education and foreigners and foreign travel and like really long distance travel. So with your sun in Sagittarius, and that's how you know, are perceived by the world. Remember your sun. You work very well with foreigners, okay, and people from different cultures, because you see the bigger picture. You're not confined to a narrow vision. You're a philosopher. This is the archetype of the philosopher. So you've got the boss, the archetype of the boss going on. It's your emotional self, who you really are inside. And with Sag, you've got this, the adventurer, the explorer. You'll probably travel and be very methodical about travel, and work with foreigners, work in corporations in foreign countries. They'll do well. You'll do well with that, of course. And anything that has to do with any kind of negotiation, higher education. You may even go to a foreign country for higher education, okay? And your Capricorn moon with Saturn in his rulership will support you, and to help you put that amount of work, because Saturn likes everyday hard work. Even if you say you're sitting for an exam, even if you study 1 hour a day, Saturn likes that. You can't just cramp everything up at the last minute. That's not what Saturn likes to do. Now, Sagittarius does like that, and there is, of course, a sense of bluntness. Sagittarius can be thoughtless, impulsive, and just say things for the sake of it. Not that they want to hurt, but it's because they just say whatever they want to, because they see it that way, and they're very truthful, they're very honest, almost honest to a point of being unbearable sometimes. And again, compassion and empathy need to be developed. You do have empathy as a Sagittarius. I told you, you see the bigger picture. You see the true, you understand the true meaning of the global village. So work on that, work on getting the discipline and the dedication from your Capricorn moon, and channelize it into adventures where you can express yourself with foreigners, you can study, you can write a thesis, you can do anything pretty much with this combination. It's a great combination. I hope you like this video as much as I like making it for you. Please hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share. It means so much to me. This is Tina from TinaHeals.com signing off. Bye.